And welcome back to the fourth part of this tutorial. Okay guys, let's take care of the odd. So what's going to happen is when I click on this button now, we expect all of the data to be added straight onto the database. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to exit out first. Yeah. And let's go straight to that very button. Double click on add button. Okay, what I want is for the SQL connect, this very one here, connection string. I would like you to connect with the server. I do have the server right up there, server, and that will be equals server. Okay, if you guys want to see that, if you can still recall right at the beginning, those are the declarations. So I want it to connect to server, username, password, and that. I can even, let me just copy them and I delete what I want. Alright, I want it to connect to the server. So there they are, guys. Okay, we have written out, we've asked it to connect to the server, so I'm going to get rid of that now. So connect to the server, that will be, we say plus server. So get rid of that, we don't need that anymore. Remember, they are all global variables. So we've connected to the server. We now want to connect to the other three here, the password, username, and the database. Alright, so the next one is going to be, let's enter plus sign, plus, enter a quote and a semicolon here, and out, then enter a plus sign. The next connector that we want to be engaged with is going to be the plus, the username there, and the username itself is going to be equals and plus username. That is my variable that I declared right up there that I've just shown to you guys. So we say plus. The next one is going to be, so that you guys can see it, let's bring this one here and just space underscore courage return. The next one is going to be for the password. I'm going to grab the password and just place the password here. So plus password, that will be equals plus password, and there we go, password is also added, then semicolon and plus the next one and the final one, that is the database. Cut that off, add a database here. There, the database should be in quote as well, specifying what we want, and plus database there. Oh, there should be an underscore here, that's why it seems to have an error here. Space underscore, and that error should be gone. See that? So because I'm continuing. Alright, so let's use try cache. Try, let's say SQL connect dot, I would like it to open, enter parenthesis there, and my SQL query, if you guys can still recall, all of these are right up there, equals, I would like it to insert into my database that I call sdata I believe that is the name of the database. Let's have a second look at it. Let's take that up. Where is it? And that is it. It's called SData. Student data. SData. Okay. Connect to SData, and the following that I want you to connect in there is going to be as follows. Student ID. Those are the fields inside my database at MySQL workbench. So the next one is surname. Then I have the address, comma. I do have a gender there. I have date of birth, comma. Let's say plus, so that we have enough room. Plus mobile, yep, comma, email, comma, no, there should be a comma. We have the course, then we have comma, we have course code, and we then have home student. After that we have overseas student. Yeah, there we go. After the overseas student we have accommodation. Comma. We also have exchange. Let's come down here and just enter student exchange there. I think it's called exchange. Comma. Then I have scholarship. No. Right. So those are the personal data of the student all entered. Now let's enter the different types of degree. We have BA, comma, BSc. We have, that should be a comma. Then we have MA, comma, we have MSc, and then we have finally have PhD. There we go. Now let's enter the modules. We have 8 of those. Module number 1. So might as well copy this. Module 2, Module 3, Module 4. Okay, we have Module 4, comma, we have Module 5, 6, that should be 7, we have 6 here, 6, get rid of this. Right, let's make sure. Alright, then we have 8, and after that we then have the scores. The first score, that is score number 1. I called it score 1. Let's copy that. Then we have score 2, score 3, seems to be too fast for myself, score number 4, score 5, 6. Then let's put a comma here. Then we have score number 7 and get rid of this one. We have 7 and we have 8. Score number 8. Okay, after that we then have total score itself, comma, ranking, comma, and we then finally we have date. So I've just added all of my data in here now. Okay, every single fields that I intend to use, or that I'll be using. In total, that should be 39. Okay, that is it. So the other thing that we need to add would be the every single component. But just for all of these fields that I've added, if you guys want, they are all right here. Those fields should be on your database. Okay, those are the fields in my database on each column. There we go. I've just added all of that, as you can see. Now we need to add these ones. Every single components that we have in here, the ones that we don't add, we include the parents or the guidance details and dean of faculty. Why do I have 2? I need to change that. Dean of faculty, and I will add the course code and the course itself. Alright, so this one is meant to just be the faculty, so let's change that to faculty. Let's come in here first. Get rid of that. There we go. Okay, we have, so like I said, the only bit that we add would be the course code, and every other thing. Guidance details will not be added. So let's go back to our add function. Double click on the add button. Now to add the values. Okay, the values to be added, that we include as follows. So the first one is going to be the student ID. So let's come down here and just say value, open a bracket, and very first value, that will be plus TXT student ID dot text. So that's my very first value added. Oh, look here, get rid of that. There should be only one there. Okay, then we say plus, quote, and apostrophe, comma, apostrophe. And right here we then need to add plus here. So let's just copy these ones. Now that is done, the next one is going to be TXT first name. There we go. Paste. That makes life easy. Dot text. Dot text. I think they are all dot text, so I might as well just copy all of these. And then is going to be followed by TXT surname. Paste. That makes life easy. That's good. There. Alright, so I've got 3 values in. So now let's go to the next line. Press enter. And I'm going to go for the address now. Address, that's TXT address. Paste. That's good. And followed by, I do have gender here. So in the case of gender, that's CBO gender. Paste. Nice one. Then we have TXT date of birth. And now let's go for the mobile phone. TXT and paste. Press enter. So the next one now, let's move this here so that you guys can see it properly. Mobile phone is in. We then have TXT emails. There. After the email, course, CBO course, paste, then TXT course code, paste. Alright, we have TXT course code, then we have CBO home student, and paste. I think I should bring this down. There. Okay, looking good. Alright, I don't want to just speed it up as such because of some of my beginners there that are learning from this. Okay, so let's go for the next one. Here is going to be CBO, I believe. CBO overseas students. CBO overseas students. Paste. Then CBO accommodation. Paste. Yeah, that's correct. Press enter. Then we have CBO exchange student. And CBO scholarship. No. Yes, CBO. That will be scholarship. Yeah. There. Okay, that is that all done. The next one is the number up and down. I'm going to put those ones underneath here. Number up and down. So let's say N. Yeah, that's the first one. Dot text. And BSc. Paste. And MSc and NUB MSc. MA, okay. MA. Yeah. NUD MSc. Paste. Then we have NUD PhD and paste. Okay. Going out of the range and there so that you guys can see it properly. Okay, so that's the first one. I'm almost done. So the next lot, that is going to be my modules. CBO module 1. That's good. Paste. So in the case of these, I can just copy this. This one is just modules. So we'll change that to 2. 3. 4. 5. Then we're going to have 6, 7, 8. So module is taken care of. That's 6. No, 6. 7 and 8. There. the 8 modules are all there now. Okay, now we want to take care of TXT Scores. So the first one is going to be TXT score number 1. Score number 1, grab all of these, paste. That is 1. So I'm going to copy. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so that is number 2. Changes to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For those of you who understand what's going on, you can just speed along. So this is for those who are beginners in using database. Alright, that is fine. So we now need 2 more, just 3 more actually. The first one is going to be LBL. Copy that. LBL total score. Paste. LBL ranking. Paste. And finally LBL date. There we go, all done. And that's all there is to it. So what we need to now do is enter a bracket here to close up everything, get rid of this, and that is it. Okay, that is how you add your fields and the values straight into each cell. That's it, done. Okay, because I've used try and what is going to be the condition if things fails or if things didn't go accordingly, and if things go accordingly, what's going to happen? So I'm going to first of all do something here. So underneath here we will say, let's say SQL command that is equals new MySQL command. MySQL command is going to take in the following values: query, comma, and connections as well. There we go. Now let's get the System SQL to read it. SQL equals SQL command dot execute the reader. There, all done. Now we need to close up the connections. Come right down here, dot close. No, not clone, close. Enter parenthesis. That's fine. Supposing there's an issue, so that's where I get the message box dot show, let's say x.message. Get that from the system, comma, MySQL system. No, just a student system. That will be the title. Student database. Student database. Student database, comma, message box button dot OK. Comma, message box icon. I'm going to use that of information for it. Icon. That will be dot information. Alright, so that will be the information sign that you guys will see in the system. Alright, that is fine. And finally, if things goes accordingly, we then want as follows. So right underneath here, we're going to then say finally. Let's do that now. Press enter. Finally, we want it to MySQL connect dot dispose. There. Okay. Then we also need to update. Once it's updated, I'm going to need a system to kind of like display a message. So I'm going to grab all of these again. Let's grab my message box that I've written. Copy that. Come right down here. And just enter the function created earlier. It's called update database. Update dates data. Okay, update dates data. Is that what I call it? That's strange. So come down here, paste. Let's check that out. Well, before then, I'm going to get rid of this because that is just supposed to be a message there. So the message is going to be record. Let's say added successfully. There we go. Now that is it all done. A lot of typing there. So let's come right up here. I just want to check. Oh, it's called update data. Okay, that's fine. So that's the name that I've called in here. Alright, that is fine. Maybe just break this into two so that you guys can see it. There. Okay, I'm going to take it up so that you see the codes. That is my add function. Bring it down. Okay. Yeah, you should be able to see it now. Down a little bit. There. And that is it. That's the add function. So we're going to have to try that out to make sure it works as expected. Okay, before I try it out, let me take care of this ComboBox that will display the following information here. You see this course ComboBox. I'm going to double click on that. And right in here, I'm going to start by using an if statement. If the data that is entered inside this ComboBox, the course ComboBox dot text, if it's equals to select a selected course, there, then I want you to clear all of the following. TXT course code dot text equals clear. Let's clear those. Now the next one is TXT. Now let's go for the next one. That's faculty. There. And TXT dean. That's for the dean of faculty. Clear that. Then TXT program leader. Program leader. Clear. And TXT course tutor. Clear. Alright, so if this is selected, all of this should be cleared. Else. Okay, come down here. Else if this, grab all of those, paste that here. If the data in here happens to be, let's say, BSc serious games, then all of these, the following should appear. Grab all of these, paste that in here, and change the data in there. So the course code will be BSC. Let's make that up 009. Then the school of computing. School of Computer Games. Okay. And the professor, the dean of faculty, that's Professor Danny Morehouse. Program leader, let's say Professor Peter Parker. And course leader or course tutor, Dr. Sammy South. Let's say Sammy South End. That is it. Done. So I'm going to try this out because I can just speed this up. Okay. So run. Okay guys, let's try that out. Select serious games. There we go. Look at that. And let's select a course. Serious games. Alright, let's see if we're going to be able to add all of this information straight into a database. As an home student. Yep. Okay, no. It's an home student. So it's a scholarship. And let's say is third year, taking the following. Oh, we need to enter some data in here. Yeah, speed that up a little bit, and there we go. There, we can add that. Click on result. We now want to add his personal details, and let's assume the name is Tony Montana, and address number 17, Little Venice, male, date of birth, and right here, there, email, let's say it's gmail.com, and guidance, that's the mom, let's say that's Grace Montana, and confirm your email address. There we go. Okay, if this is working, when I click on add, I should be able to see all of those information here. So, and I should also be able to see the data right in here. So let's give it a try. Click. Whoa, it's working. That's nice. That's nice. Let's see. That is Tony Montana's details. I'm very excited about this. That is very good. Alright. And let's check the database itself. Let's go into the table. And there we go. I can say it. There we go. Those are the details of Tony Montana on the table. Guys, this tutorial has been a success. So I'm very happy with that. So that's fine. So one other thing is, just one last thing now, is we need to populate all of this condition here. Okay, I'm just going to copy and paste. And the other thing is, if I reset, I want to be able to come in here, double click on all of these, and every single data here should appear here, apart from this very one and this one. So I'm going to show you guys how to get that done. But first thing first, let's copy this and just speed things up. So copy the data and just paste it right underneath here and get it modified. There we go. There they are, guys. I've finished with the modification. So there we go, guys. Look at that. Alright, so that is the ComboBox. Depend on the condition selected, and there we go. Alright, that is it. All done. It's exactly the same lines of code. I only change the names around. That's all there is to it. Now, finally, let's come in here. You see this let's come in right here. DataGridVeiw there. So the function for that is going to be cell click. So let's double click on here. Let's just select it. Go to the properties here, and right in here we want to select an event. This event has to be cell click, this very one here. So I'm going to double click on that. It's coming up. There we go. So first of all, let's start by saying try catch whatever error that I might run into. TXT student ID dot text, that will be equals DataGridVeiw 1. No, DataGridVeiw 1. This very one here. Dot selected row, and this very row is going to be represented by 0. Dot cell lowercase. Dot cell dot value, and this value is going to be string character dot value dot to string. Right. I think there's an error, so let's check. Okay, the cell should be cell 0 there. No, stop that. Come out of it. There we go. Yeah, that takes care of that. So that's the first one. The second one is going to be first name. So copy first name, surname, address. So let's change this one to first name, surname here, address, and this will become 0. Okay, this will become 1 here, 2, 3. Okay, then the next one is for the gender. So let's change this one to CBO gender. Okay, in the case of CBO gender, so that is fine. This will be 4 there. That will be 4. Okay, guys, you get that. So I'm going to speed up the rest. Okay, it's exactly the same thing that I'm doing. All I'm just doing is just repeating it over and over again. This one is for date of birth, and this will be 5. So I'm going to copy all of these, paste, and change things around there. So let's speed that up. That is it, guys. All done now. Okay, as you can see, it's all the same lines of codes. Okay, bring it down there, and all that is then left to do is, if there's any error, display the following message: message box.show. I'll just show a message within the system. That's it, done. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to save that, and let's run this system. So let's go back up here. Okay, and bring it down to my data function declaration, form load, exit, result. As the result again. There. Then we have the reset function. There, that's the reset done. And that is for the calendar. Then we have module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5, module 6, module 7, and module 8. Then we have numbers only, and those two functions: add new data. There we go. Then we have the selector, course selector here. And there we go, guys. Have a good look at that. There. Then we have cell click on the DataGridVeiw. And that is all there is to it, guys. I'm now going to run my program. Then we can call it the end of this project. Run. Okay, guys, to test the ComboBox out, that is the ComboBox there. Okay, but if I click on this, I should be able to see all of these data apart from the ones that are not in this on the system. Here, there we go. Look at that. Reset, go back in there, double click there. Okay, and let's assume we want to enter new student's details, so I'm just going to change that to maybe information, and in here change the student ID, else there will be an error. And the name happens to be Sally Jackson, and Sally Jackson lives number 11 Hall Road, female, 1999, 9, and here is 02. Telephone number. There, and here that's Sally. Guidance, dad, and in here name of dad is, let's say, is John Jackson. John Jackson lives right here. Phone number of John Jackson, and email of JJ. Paste and confirm that. There. So all they need to do now is just to click on add. If you look inside our DataGridVeiw, details of John Jackson is not there. Come right here, click on add. Successful. Click on OK. There we go, guys. Look at that. And if you come in here, that's the details of John Jackson. And let's check out our database. Click on the database. John Jackson is not there. Click on just refresh the database. Click on that. There we go. That's John Jackson right there, or Sally Jackson actually. The father's name is John Jackson. And that's all there is to it. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this very beautiful and advanced tutorial. It's ideal for a graduate final project. So with that, I'm going to say bye for now, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member. There's a lot of benefit if you're a member. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now, guys.